Good morning, Dr. Rosia and my fellow friends. We are from Group 3 and today we are going to present about the topics of nervous system. Now I'm going to present about the stimulant and also depressant. For depressant, drugs will slow down or block synaptic vehicles from releasing neurotransmitters. It will lead to less neurotransmitter is released into the synaptic cleft. Drugs bind with neurotransmitters so they cannot bind with the receptor. Drugs also bind with receptors so neurotransmitter cannot bind with them. It will lead to fewer new electrical impulses are generated at the next neuron. For example, paracetamol called painkiller, heroin, alcohol, and also morphine. For stimulants, drugs accelerate synaptic vehicles to release neurotransmitters. More neurotransmitter is released into the synaptic cleft. Drugs prevent the reuptake of neurotransmitter into synaptic vehicles. Drugs cause neurotransmitter to bind with receptor continuously. It will lead to more new electrical impulses are generated at the new neuron. For example, caffeine, amphetamine, and also cocaine and nicotine. Now I will explain the examples of stimulants and also depressants. For stimulants, it has legal stimulants such as nicotine, caffeine, pseudoephedrines, and also chocolate. And for illegal stimulants, it has cocaine, meth, and MDMA. The example of depressants are benzos, Z-drugs, and barbiturates, which are prescribed depressants. For illegal street depressant is heroin and GHB. For legal recreational depressant is alcohol.
Antidepressants are drugs that help people who suffer from depression and anxiety. They work by changing how our brain's nervous system sends and receives messages. The function of antidepressants is to help by increasing the amount or activity of these neurotransmitters in the brain. This helps the neurons, also called nerve cells, to communicate better and improves mood. There are three main types of antidepressant, which is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, and monoamine oxidase inhibitors. Prozac and Zoloft is the examples of selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which increase the serotonin levels. The next one is Crimbata and Effexor is the example of serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors which boost serotonin and norepinephrine. And the last one, Nadir includes in monoamine oxidase inhibitors which stop enzyme that breaks down neurotransmitters. Antidepressant will cause the effects on the nervous system if we use it. In short-term effects, it will cause headache or dizziness, nausea or upset stomach, and insomnia, which in trouble sleeping or feeling drowsy. In long-term effects, it will cause the brain may become dependent or addiction on the drugs to stay balanced. Withdrawal symptoms like dizziness or anxiety can happen if stopped suddenly. Next, some people also may feel emotionally numb and lose strong feelings. And the last one, it also may cause sleep problems such as insomnia or vivid dreams may occur.
Okay, my part is inhalants, and the definition is inhalants are chemical substance that people inhale inhale to experience mind-altering effects. And how they affect the nervous system. Inhalants contain toxic chemicals such as benzene, acetone, and so on that can damage neurons and make it hard for the brain to send signals to the body. Inhalants affect the central nervous system, which is called CNS, that will cause slower reactions and poor concentration because signal transmission is affected. In terms of short-term effects, it will cause dizziness, hard to speak clearly, hard to control body movements, and feel high or excited for a short time. In terms of long-term effect, it will cause the brain and nervous damage. It will cause and memory loss and death from heart failure. Okay, there are two example inhalants which are solvent and aerosols. In the solvent, there are glue and pen thinner. For the aerosol, there are spray pens.
Then there are hallucinogens. Hallucinogens is a drugs that affect perception, thoughts, and emotions. They can make a person see, hear, or feel things that are not real. For examples, there are LSD, lysergic acid diethylamine, psilocybin, and ketamine. Hallucinogens will affect neurotransmitters, especially serotonin, which changes how the brain processes information. There are three main brain areas affected, which are cortex, thalamus, and limbic system. For the cortex, the drugs will affect humans' thinking and judgment, and for the thalamus, it will affect human sensory processing, and the last one, limbic system, it will affect humans' emotions and memories. For the short-term effects, the first one is hallucinations, which is seeing or hearing things that are not there. Next, altered sense of time and space, and mood changes such as excitement, euphoria, or anxiety and fear. For the long-term effects, it persistent mental health issues such as anxiety, psychosis. Next one is flashbacks. The hallucinogens may occur even after use. And the last one, memory and cognitive problems. The risks and dangers of hallucinogen is impaired judgment and coordination. It will cause accidents happen. Next, hallucinogens will also cause mental health risks, especially for vulnerable individuals and potential for misuse or dependence.
Okay, lastly, the part is physiological and physical effects of drugs on human. There are one, two, three, four, five substance and their effect. For the stimulants drugs, they will increase the activity of the central nervous system (CNS), and excessive use will cause temporary euphoria, which is followed by depression. For the sedative drugs, which is called depressants, it will delay the transmission of nerve impulse and calms the mind. For the hallucinogenic drugs, it will cause the user to hallucinate and relieve from pain and anxiety. For the neurocortic drugs, it will delay the normal functions of the brain. And the last one is alcohol. It will disrupt the coordination and thinking, and it will delay the transfer of nerve impulse. Okay, that's all from me.